We work with teachers and do different kinds of teen mentoring within the schools, within our programs. And we do have some programs that are available. Not all of our programs are just exclusive to CPS. It's just that's the group that we target. We also do a program called Dinosaur Giants, which takes place at the Field Museum, in which students have an opportunity to be interpreters of paleontology objects and different things right on the floor. If you've been to Field Museum, you may have seen our students in black t-shirts that say Dinosaur Giants. They're
Ah.
awesome. That might be something that a student that would be able to participate in as well.
Okay, we have another caller. Caller, you're on the air.
Yes, your program sounds really, really interesting. I was wondering what kinds of programs you speak about partnering with the Chicago Public Schools and the students who are interested in science. If I have a student who's interested in science, what kinds of programs will you be offering in the future for my students to participate in?
Well, we've been getting questions like this a lot. Just lately, I would say in the last 6 months, the information has come out about some of our programs, and we've had just a flood of calls to participate. It's very difficult, so we're trying to expand our staff as quickly as possible, but to maintain the quality levels in the program is very important. So you can check our website. We will be adding more information there about how to participate and how your school can partner with Project Exploration.
You also have a book that they can order too, request too, right? And this big book has their programs just for the summer, correct?
These are programs that are happening all over Chicago. Now, one of the things that happens is a student might be interested in science, or they want to pursue a question or something like that, and they probably don't know where to go to find those opportunities. We want to make sure that we can lower barriers to the participation in those programs, and our Discover Your Summer booklet has all those programs listed that's happening in 2010 in the Chicago area for your students.
And it's a fantastic resource, and we encourage you to contact Project Exploration at the number you see on the screen. You have their main phone number, and you also have their resource book telephone number. For the book we just showed you, if you just want to get a copy of this book so that you can get your interested student involved in programs during the summer, the number on the screen, 773-834-3714. Or you see the contact information that you can contact them on the web. You also see that they have a Facebook page. And if you're into Twittering, you can also Twitter them at their Twitter site. So they have so many ways for you to get in contact.
That's right. We don't want there to be any excuses why students don't understand science. You know, our founder, Dr. Gabe Lyons, said to me once, she said, you know, if students were in a classroom and they didn't know how to read or they were illiterate, that would be completely unacceptable. And yet, when we find students that don't know science, that's somehow acceptable. Why would critical thinking, something that has been going on through as long as we've been on this earth as humans,
Yes.
Astronomy is known as the first science. We've known how to follow the stars to know when to plant our crops. And yet, it's totally acceptable for you not to understand science or even be interested in it in some cases.
Okay, we have another caller. Caller, you're on the air. Go ahead, caller.
Yes, I was interested, and I think I heard one of you guys say how my son's school may be able to partner with Project Exploration.
Yes.
Is he, is he a part of the Chicago Public Schools?
Yes, down at 2017 South Dearborn, Daniel Hill Williams.
Okay, Daniel Hale Williams. Just go to the website, or you can email us at info@projectexploration.org and send that request in. We are going to be putting together our 2010-2011 school year plan and trying to figure out how we want to partner. We do a lot of targeted programs for young girls at the middle school level because research shows that this is a point at which their interest in science begins to wane. So we want to try to target them there. But guess what? What's happening to our young men, our young boys? How are they going to get connected as well? We're looking into creating a program for young boys. We'll be experimenting on aerodynamics and aerospace engineering this summer with a sort of a pilot program for aviation, and then we're going to see if we can start to integrate those kinds of programs for young men as well. We have men in the program now, but we don't. Our young women's program is called Sisters for Science, and that happens throughout the different schools in the Chicago area.
Okay, thank you for your call. Caller, you're on the air. Okay, we lost that one. Next caller. Okay. At this point, what we want to go back to is what type of activities are used in project exploration to garner that mission of keeping the kids interested and equipped?
You know, Marshall, one of the toughest things to try to figure out as a teacher is exactly what you should do to convey the content that you're working with, especially with something as complex as science. So we use a variety of different approaches. We want to make sure that we sort of tap into both the left and right brains of our students. We believe in doing as much collaboration and interactive activities as possible directly with scientists. We have over 40 women scientists that participate in these programs that are specifically there to help try to make a difference. We also believe in long-term relationships with students. They do a lot of journaling and reflecting on the activities and what they're learning. Okay. Sometimes it's hard to remember exactly how you are learning different pieces, but if they do journaling and reflecting, they're also learning literacy skills, learning how to write and communicate. And then the public outreach component is really a whole other phase that happens in our Dinosaur Giants program, where the students get to present at the Field Museum. How do you communicate your ideas? How do you keep people interested in what you have to say or express what you're learning? Our model incorporates a student-centered approach. So that means with the students at the center, their interests, their ideas, things that they feel are worth knowing and exploring and doing is how we guide our programs. And then we connect them directly with the scientists that are doing it. And then try to utilize our educational expertise to facilitate learning as best as we can.
And see, that's important, that when you have a program that is centered on the children and their interests as opposed to the scientist's interest or the educator's interest, when the child is the center of the program, then what they're getting are those things that expand their vision and their hopes and their dreams, as opposed to the educator's hopes and dreams or the scientist's hopes and dreams.
Marshall, I think you said that perfectly, because there are really three aspects that we want to focus on: is making sure with the students at the center that the program is relevant. And then it needs to be accessible. They have to be able to get to it. All of our programs are free, so there's no excuse to participate in the programs. And then the reciprocal aspect of it, and that's a math term for those of you who think we're leaving math out of the equation. There's a reciprocal part that gives the students the ability to be empowered, and that empowerment will help with their sort of educational emancipation, if you will.
Yes.